To get started with this assignment, first open your sandbox in one tab and your assignment outline in a separate tab or window. Set up these two items so that you can navigate between them. In your sandbox, we're going to get started by adding an assignment. Click on the Assignments button in your course navigation menu. Now, as you add assignments to your course, you may want to organize those into groups. For example, Module 1 assignments, or perhaps you have 5 modules that will be organized into one 5-week unit. You could say Unit 1 assignments. Another approach is to organize your class into challenges. For example, maybe you have a challenge that students are going to complete over the course of 8 weeks, and it will be comprised of various assignments. So you could say Challenge 1 as one of your groups. If you'd like to set up a group for an assignment, you'll use the Group button here. I'm going to set up a group for my Module 1 assignments. I'm going to click on Group and give the group a title and click Save. You'll see that group at the bottom. You can drag it anywhere on the page if you'd like to relocate it. Now I'm going to add an assignment to the Module 1 Assignments group. I'm going to click that plus button over to the right of the title of the group. Next to Type, select Assignment. Copy the assignment name from your assignment outline. If you know what the due date would be, you can enter that here. If not, you can add that later. And add points. Now you're going to click on More Options in the bottom left corner. This is where you develop the bulk of the assignment. In the text box is where you're going to go over to your assignment outline and be sure that you copy the objectives for the assignment as well as the materials and procedures, and copy those into the area in the assignment. Once you have all the details of your assignment copied and formatted into the text box, scroll down towards the bottom of the page. You'll see that the points appear here that you entered previously, and the assignment group is also reflected here. Now you'll need to make a couple of additional choices. How do you want the grade to be displayed in the gradebook? I'm going to go ahead and leave this on points. And then the next thing you need to select is the submission type. And this item has many options to choose from, so it takes some consideration. Think about your assignment. What is it that your student is going to need to submit for this assignment? If there's no submission at all, you can just leave it on no submission. If it's an online submission, go ahead and click Online, and you'll see that this option provides you with more options to choose from. If your students are going to be typing something into a text box directly in the Canvas submission area, click on Text Entry. If your students will be submitting a website URL, for example, a link to a Google Doc or a Google site, click Website URL. If you want Canvas to prompt your students to record in voice or video into the Canvas gradebook, click Media Recordings. And if your students will be submitting a file for this assignment, for example, a PDF, click on File Uploads. You will also have the option to restrict file upload types. In this box, you would enter the list of accepted extensions. You'll also notice two more submission types. On paper is a nice option if you're, for example, teaching a blended class and students will be submitting something in the classroom and you still want this to appear in the gradebook. You'd want to select On Paper. External Tool allows you to configure a graded assignment in Canvas that has students use a tool integrated into Canvas. VoiceThread would be one example of that. If you're going to use VoiceThread for this assignment, click External Tool. And then underneath Enter or Find an External Tool URL, click Find and navigate to VoiceThread and click Select. I recommend checking this box if you're using VoiceThread because then it will open in a new window, and that allows students to have the full view of the entire VoiceThread instead of squishing it down inside of a Canvas frame. Now, if you are configuring VoiceThread for this assignment, please understand that there are additional steps after this that are not included in this video. You'll want to refer to the videos in the VoiceThread Faculty Toolkit provided by Teaching and Learning Innovations. Once you have your submission type selected, completed, you have completed all of the required elements for this assignment. You may not know the due date for your assignment yet, but when you do, be sure to enter it here because that's what will pull this assignment into your course calendar, which is a very helpful way for students to manage their upcoming assignments. At this point, you can click Save. Your last step is to add a rubric, and that step is covered in the next video.